What's going on, guys? Welcome back to TCGU University. My name's Andrew. Today we're going to be looking at a deck on Love Live Sunshine for the game Weiss. And with that, let's get into it. Alright, guys, so getting into the deck, we're going to start out by looking at one of our cornerstone cards, Mario Ticket U Wannabe. She is going to be the card that we're focusing on getting out. And to get that out, we're going to be looking to early play it with our Mario Ticket Chica. Essentially, with this combo, it says when you have a third card, which is going to be a 2/1 Mario Ticket Rico, when she is in your clock at level 2, you can early play your Chica, enabling you to early play your level 3 You Wannabe. And with early playing this card, it says on attack, mill the top card of your deck, burn your opponent equal to the level of that card. So if you have a stacked deck where you're playing heavy 2s and 3s, this card is going to be swinging and then triggering, effectively dealing 2 damage before you actually swing in for your 2, possibly 3. Or with the way that we're building this deck, we're going to be looking at potentially throwing some 2 souls over at our opponent with this 1/0 Ruby. And the reason that we're wanting to play this combo over other combos that you can potentially play in the set is because it does combo with a 2 soul. It says when this card attacks, she reveals the top card of your deck. If that card is level 1 or lower, it goes into your hand. And then from there, you're also swinging with the 2 souls, which enables your level 3s to potentially swing for 4, which is relevant in our current meta because there's some wall decks going around such as Fate, Goblin Slayer. If they're going to be neg-3ing your board for those 3 soul, you can potentially get around it and still do damage. And then on top of that, you still have your U, which on attack is going to be doing those burns. Furthermore, we're going to be looking for a lot of cards that can enable us to get our combo, such as Chica. You want to make sure that you're getting your U's in hand or in your waiting room, because the Chica pulls it out of the waiting room. And with that, we're going to be playing 2 cards that are going to be key for that. We're going to be playing this Mari, the 1/0 Mari. She essentially says on attack she gets very large. Once she's played, she also has the ability to look at the top card of your deck, and you can choose to put it on top or bottom. And then following that, when it goes reversed, you also reveal the top card of your deck. If it's level 2 or higher, this card actually goes back into your hand, which can be relevant for if you do an intentional suicide at level 3 into something that's larger on your opponent's board. When it goes reversed, you can check to see if the next card you want to swing with is going to be the U, to see if your trigger is going to be profitable. Now, this Ruby right here, this 1/0 Ruby, she's most relevant for the ability to on play, ditch a card from your hand, look at top 4, grab something you need, and that can enable you to grab your combo pieces. Going with that, we're playing a dead salvage climax, and the reason is just because we want to be able to get everything we want where we want it to be from. So we play that. Going into our level 0s here, we play this Ruby. The 0/0 Ruby enable us to pay 1 stock, ditch a card, grab something. It's just tech that you really should have in every deck. And following that, once we have our U's on the board, we want to be keeping them alive. And with that, we're going to be keeping alive with Kana. Kana says when this card is placed on stage, you can look at the top card of your deck, choose to put it on top or bottom. And then additionally, you can essentially, when this card's in your back row, if one of your characters in your front row or center stage goes reverse, you can sack this character off to save that. So it saves your U's while giving you more swings, and more swings is more damage. So no downsides there. We play this Yoshiko, and this Yoshiko here is a cornerstone of really any Love Live Sunshine deck. This goes in every build you want to put in as a 4 of. This card says when it attacks, you can choose another character that you have on your board, give 500 power, and then from there, at the beginning of your opponent's attack step, you can mill the top card of your deck. If that card is a character, you can run this to an open position on your stage, giving you the ability to keep your level 0s alive, because in this deck we do play limited level 0s as we want to make our U-burns as effective as possible. With that, we're going to be going into Mario Ticket Hanamara. And what she does is she's just your stable brainstormer. With the stable brainstormer, it can only search for yellow cards, but that's perfectly fine if we're going to be playing a 1/0 combo that is yellow. And on top of that, whenever you trigger a climax, you get 2,000 power, or you get to choose a character and give 2,000 power to it. And with giving that 2,000 power, it can just enable you to, again, keep things on board, keep things alive, and keep the game going. With that, you're going to be playing a Yoshiko. I really love this card because it's just a large card. It gets over things. It does have a downside of you not being able to play backups or event cards from your hand. We do only play one backup in this deck, and it's really just something that we keep as tech for the side. You can honestly switch it out if you really choose to. And then this card also has the ability of saying that the card facing this cannot run, so that is pretty relevant. Next up, we have another Yoshiko. It's a 3/2. It has the ability to heal if you run the Climax combo. Since we're playing a dead Climax combo, we're not playing that. But the second ability on this card is what we're really playing it for, and that's whenever the damage this card would have dealt is canceled, it has the ability to mill the top card of your deck and then burn for that much +1. So it gives us another option for burning our opponent if we want to have something where, you know, we don't have as a productive swing, but we have the ability to deal damage if they do have that cancel lined up in their deck. Going from that, we're going to be playing Aim to Shine Dia. She is really the only healer that we play in the deck, and the reason that we only want to play, or we play limited numbers of healers, is because we're wanting to take games, and we're going to take games fast with this deck. So with that, we do play this as a healer, and I'd say you can play again that combo, but with the U that we just looked at, but I choose not to. And then closing out the deck, we have a 3/2 Rico. This card says essentially your opponent picks up their deck other than one Climax and then shuffles everything back into their deck. So if you have someone who's really compressed, but they have a waiting room that they just put a lot of dead cards into, or cards that are going to be more effective damage, you're going to put this on the board to reset their deck to a point where your U's are going to be doing more valuable damage and not just getting cancels. And then the one backup that we play in our deck is a backup that says, or it's a Ruby that says when you play this card as a backup, you can assign 3,000 power. And then additionally with that, you can mill your opponent for X cards, and X is equal to your music characters. And this card can be somewhat relevant if your opponent is at 3/6 and it's getting down to the nitty-gritty of the game. If their deck's starting to run out, you play this card, you can get them down to 0 stock, or 0 cards in deck, pardon me. And then from there, they trigger the last card, swing with the last card, and then they go into the refresh, and you take a game with that. It's something that you're not going to always get, but it's definitely something that you could look for as a win con in very niche scenarios, but it's a very rewarding win. All right, guys. Well, that was look through with my personal Love Life Sunshine build. I thoroughly love the deck. I'd say it's definitely a deck to give a try if you're looking for more of a meta build that has the potential of killing anyone just kind of out of the blue. It's one of those decks where, again, same with the Diva build that I've shown off previously on the channel. It's a deck that takes very little skill to play, but it takes a lot of skill to master. So if it is something that you've been looking to pick up, I definitely recommend it. With that, I do appreciate you guys for clicking on the video and giving us a watch. You can also find more on the channel. We do have more Weiss content coming all the time. There is also other card games that we do, such as Magic, Universes, Final Fantasy TCG. If you do want to find any other content that's not on the channel, you can always support us on Patreon. And with that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.